Hi, it's Darnell with Wave Oven Recipes. Today I'm going to make some fried chicken breast strips in the Ninja Foodi 2-basket air fryer. We're going to see how this does, having both baskets, frying up some chicken breast strips, and get started on that recipe right now. Alright, so before we actually start getting the chicken strips made up and getting them all battered and such like that, we're going to make our breading and our egg wash. So for our egg wash, I have 2 large eggs and I have 1 ounce of water. And so I'm going to pour the ounce of water in there. And I'm just going to beat those eggs up and kind of swirl them around. This will help that breading to stick on real nice. Also help give a bit of crunch to our fried chicken. And I know you all really enjoy it like that. So got our egg wash nice and made up there. You could also, if you wanted to, you could use some amount of buttermilk instead of water. You could soak it in the buttermilk egg wash mixture if you prefer. Make it, a little moister if you want to do that. Now for my breading, I'm going to use a cup of yellow cornmeal, a cup of all-purpose flour, which I will add to the cornmeal. Let's get that in there like so. Also adding a tablespoon of freshly cracked black pepper. So adding that in there. Also have 1 ounce of good old Old Bay seasoning, because I enjoy some Old Bay seasoning in most everything. Nothing in this video is sponsored, by the way, but we all have our personal preferences of things that we really like. So there you go for me. So just going to get this breading well mixed together. And when it comes to this breading, you can mix in whatever spices and flavors are your own personal preference. You could even leave in the comment if there's some particular spice mixture or style that you want to share with others, so that others can get other ideas from the thoughts of all the rest of you. But I don't feel there's any wrong or really right way to make the breading and the egg wash. It's just whatever you personally prefer as far as your flavor profile preference. Alright, so I've got 2 chicken breasts here, 2 chicken breast halves, and not very big. They're between, like, maybe this one's 6 ounces or 4 or 6 ounces. This one might be more 6 to 8 ounce size. But just going to cut them each lengthwise like so. And so should be able to get about maybe 4 or 5 strips out of each. I think with this last piece here, maybe just have 3 over there, because that one's kind of small. So the basket 2 over here on the right is going to have probably a little less than basket 1 that has these bigger size chicken breast strips. So just cutting down the strips here, and this one I'm going to cut into a little smaller strip here. So got that cut. Just got kind of a little one there. That'll be okay though. So now I'm just going to take these and do them one at a time through my egg wash and then the breading. I've kind of got a wet hand, dry hand going with my wet and dry hand crisscross. So I'm going to move my breading over here near where my dry hand will be. And so from the egg wash to the breading, cover with breading, get another one in and let it start kind of soaking a little in the egg wash. And after having it in the breading some, I just take it and I'll just temporarily kind of stage it in the basket until I get it sprayed. Just let it hang out in there. I will put a little bit of excess dust and such in the basket, but I think we'll be okay. So just going to continue this process of getting these all egg washed and breaded. We got a little kind of tiny piece here that fell off. Don't know if it'll make it, but we'll take it and we'll see what happens. Might just be a little piece of popcorn chicken there, as they like to call a little scrap like that. So got those all in. Now I'm going to take my cooking spray. I'm going to get each of these pieces sprayed over well with cooking spray. So just basically spraying them up. That'll help help each piece to basically air fry well in the cooker, having that cooking spray on them. And this is a canola oil cooking spray, so you know it's a high temperature oil, should handle the air fryer just fine. So I'm going to continue with this, spraying them all the pieces. Alright, I have them all in. I'm just kind of spraying the tops of them a little bit just to make sure they're all well coated. And I'm going to close up the cooker. Alright, so I'm just going to take and kind of clean off some of that excess flour and such that got on here a little bit, just to make that just a little neater before I start. But I'm going to power it on, and I'm going to set the cooker to a air fry and up the temp to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. For my cooking time, I'm going to do the 20 minutes that is setting here, and I'm going to hit match cook so that both sides do the same. I will say, when you only cook with one basket and you don't cook with the other, it cooks far more efficiently than when you're using both baskets. If I was using one basket, I'd probably just do 15 minutes and then check things after 15, but doing both at the same time, I'm going to do 20. And so with that, I'm going to hit start, and I'm going to let it go ahead and cook there. I'll bring you back in a bit. Alright, so we've got just a few seconds left, and I let it go for the full 20 minutes. And going to go in here and I'll just check that the meat temperature is fully done, although I fully believe that it is fully done. I mean, going for 20 minutes at 400, it should be fully done. And I let it go this long to ensure that I get the level of crisp that I really want, rather than just cooking to see if it just, you know, gets done, and, you know, don't cook it a little more. I mean, fried foods usually get cooked very well. So we are done. We see our temperature looks great. This is the chicken on this side here. Over on the other side, we see our chicken also fully cooked. So we got a little, you know, I guess a little bit of searing there. And that's okay, you know. I'd like to, you know, get my crisp level rather than to be underdone. And so now that it's all done, and I didn't open it to move it at all, you see the opposite side is also well fried. So when you do a layer and you don't have to move anything around at all, you get both sides done. This one, I guess I didn't hit some of the cooking spray on part of that. Got a little of that powdery look there, but that's alright. These others are looking pretty good. Overall, a very good air fry. So we'll get these others out of the other side. You can see these got real crisp. You know, I could have opened part way through, sprayed up a little bit to ensure that I didn't have any residue, but I am fine with the way things are. You could go, you know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, what have you as your preference. May have been able to finish in 15, but I wanted to make sure that they were really good and done. And so with this, you see how it is completely cooked. And we'll move the camera and we'll do a quick taste test. Alright, so there you have your fried chicken breast strip there. And so I'm just going to do a taste. Well, first thing I have to say is that it's still pretty hot. Could have waited a little while before I bit into it, but it tastes real good. Tastes real good, real well cooked. Turned out real nice. Let yours cool off maybe a few more minutes before you bite into it. But anyway, you can do some good air frying of some chicken from scratch air frying in the Ninja Foodi 2-basket air fryer. And so, you know, it keeps up pound for pound with other air fryers in this regard. It does a good job. As long as you got a single layer, you don't have to do any of that flipping and such and moving things around. It just cooks all sides. You know, I just set it, forget, you know, anything that didn't get touched up well with cooking spray to, you know, make sure that it got really a nice air fry look. You know, I was good with that. It's okay. But anyway, looking forward to your comments. And in the video description, you'll find links to not just the usual ways to help this channel. You'll also see a new link in there to be able to join for membership with this channel. And it'd be very nice if you could become a member. You'll get exclusives that others won't get. And so you definitely want to check that out and see all the perks that you could get if you become a member. And with that all said, I will say if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and good eating.